Hi, I'm Anthony. I'll be cooking at Champagne this year with the legendary Greg LeMond. I've currently got two places. The first place is Wild Honey, which is a Michelin-star restaurant based in central London. And my second place is this place, which is a more informal affair. It's a cafe bar, massive slant towards cycling and vermouth. I mean, it's called Vermuteria. And this follows some of the alpine iconic rides around Europe, hence the name Vermuteria. And the reason why we chose vermouth is because historically, cyclists were emblazoned with sponsors like Martini, Cinzano, Carpano, before the kind of alcoholic ban. And this is a great kind of showcase of what we do. Well, you know how I started? I didn't want to be a chef, so I fell into this. I want to be a naval pilot. So I signed up for 22 years as a naval pilot. I had a knee injury. So at 21, it was, oh my God, what do I do? My grandmother was a fabulous cook. My grandmother and my grandfather on my dad's side are Greek heritage. So for them, cooking was part of life. So I remember having Sundays at theirs, at Granny's, was always brilliant, you know. So that was in me. And even though I went to a single-sex school, there was no cooking in a boys' school. I mean, no boys' school did cooking in those days. I mean, it was just seen as kind of, you know, a real sexist thing, you know, a woman's thing. So I can remember when I told my parents I wanted to be a chef, they were kind of, you know, raised eyebrows, thinking, oh my God, really? But I pursued it and decided that if I want to do this, I want to kind of go around the country, go around the world, working in the best places. So then I ended up working for Mocha Pierre White. I shared a flat with Gordon Ramsay at the time, you know, even though it was his sofa. There were four of us cooped up in a small two-bedroom flat. We were 22, 23, so some time ago. But that was really a baptism of fire. I mean, Mocha Pierre White is an absolutely genius. I mean, a legend. I mean, he's the Greg LeMond of the stove. I mean, he's just phenomenal. I was too young, I was too inexperienced, and it was the old kind of cliche, you know, kind of run before you can walk. So I ended up not staying there long. Took a step back and thought, well, I want to achieve this. This is the cooking I want to do, but it has to be calculated. I have to be patient. And then I ended up going around the world. I worked in Paris, worked in New York, and kind of learned from the great cooks, you know, the Bruno Loubets, the Pierre Kaufmans, the Gary Rhodes, you know, the Mocha Pierre Whites, these kind of people that kind of taught me how to cook properly. One of my signature dishes that I'll be cooking for Greg is a dish I've been doing for the last 20 years, which is rabbit, which I remember doing it initially was kind of one of those esoteric kind of ingredients. You know, the British would look at rabbit and think, oh my God, it was like cooking venison. You know, people would think of Bambi and that kind of thing. So attitudes have really changed, and rabbit has become the biggest dish on our menu. And it's something which has been on, as I say, on and off for the last 20 years, and it changes throughout that period. But this dish I'll be doing for Greg, I'll be doing it in two services. We'll be taking the center section, completely deboning that and stuffing that, and the shoulders, I'll be making a little burger. So it's a little slant towards the shakes and burgers days where he was ridiculed as Goldilocks and the man, the Yankee Doodle dandy who eats burgers and shakes. So I hope he sees the humor in that.